Yeah, obviously just to pay homage to the Wizard of Oz, obviously, not Craig Moore, obviously in the studio, but Tom Rogic.
Tom Rogic,
Um,
what a player. Yeah.
Absolutely phenomenal. Do you know what I mean? You talk about legends. Legends gets bandied about quite frequently in football nowadays. You know, when you look at the time he was, the time he was at the club, the trophies he's won, I think 6 league titles, 5 Scottish Cups, 5 League Cups. You know, from you think about that first goal way back in 2013 away to Inverness to I was there on his final game against Motherwell. You know, not a dry eye in the house.
Yeah.
And totally respect his decision. I did feel before I read his kind of statement today that I felt like he might have changed his mind, kind of thing. I felt like there could have been another go at it, and I kind of wish we had another go with Rogic, to be fair, because I think we could have gave him another year or two.
Well, I don't know, Peter, what do you feel? I'm sure you'd have loved it, but sometimes you want to go.
Absolutely. And listen, tip your hat to Thomas, because he was a wonderful player, and as you say, it tells you enough when the supporters have got tears in their eyes when their players leaving. There was tears in their eyes just with joy when I was leaving, so there's a complete difference. So no, but as I said, no. But he was a wonderful player. He was a match winner, and that's what Celtic have always had. They've always had match winners, and Thomas was in a fantastic side, but he was that guy. You always felt like that little bit of difference. People would always talk about what he didn't do against the ball, but it was so important, the areas he picked up to make things happen and to win games. And I think that's an incredible gift to have. You know, I'm really disappointed we lost him so quickly, but as you say, maybe if he'd have went maybe for the next 2 years, maybe the different, we're seeing obviously not problems, the things that was going off with the pitch that weren't nice for him at that moment in time. Maybe they struggled with performances, and then it becomes a different feeling when he's leaving, and you wouldn't have wanted to get that because he'd earned too much respect, he'd done too much, and he'd some wonderful moments, and they're the things we'll always remember. And now all we can wish him is the great success he's had is becoming that father that he's obviously talking about with the 2 sets of twins. One's he's already got and one's he's expecting. So all we can do is wish him great success with that.
And it's for those family reasons. And he's now gone public, and that's why he's gone. Because everyone thought that every so often, Craig, we always said, what about Tom Rogic? Remember, where is he? Why is he not playing? And you understand it.
I met with him about 3 months ago, maybe a little bit less. I caught up with him in London, and I tell you what, only 45 minutes an hour. Great catch up. Look, there was still, I guess he was open-minded in terms of the football side of things, but it was very clear then also that it had to be right for the family. So that kind of stuff. But what an unbelievable player. Seen him obviously as a young lad. He was a futsal player as a young player in Australia, and the way that he's made his journey, he's come across, he's done ever so well at Celtic. Spent 10 years? It was at least 10 years.
Well, Gary will know. He's got the stats there.
Gary, over 20 trophies. You couldn't meet a nicer guy. One interesting thing he did say when I did see him in London, he goes, Maury, he called me Maury. He says, wouldn't mind being an agent one day. He says, that might be something that I'll speak to you when I'm finished. Yeah, no, it was interesting.
Gary, what about that moment in the cup final against Aberdeen?
Oh, you know, that's what I was just going to say. Obviously, that moment will probably go down in Celtic folklore when you think it was a really, because I remember we were kind of, I don't mean we were stumbling towards the end of the season, but there was a few games where we kind of thought just get the result and stay invincible kind of thing. And you know, when you look at that Aberdeen game, I remember Aberdeen had a great chance at one each, and I think it might have been Johnny Hayes that actually missed the chance, funnily enough. But yeah, to win the treble, to become invincible in the last minute of the game at Hampden, you know, that image of him, the rain pouring down at Hampden, do you know what I mean? It's an iconic image now.
And it kind of became the hallmark of that team under Brendan Rodgers and then Ange Postecoglou. In fact, Neil Lennon did well. I mean, during that run, it was remarkable, wasn't it? And Tom Rogic played a big part in it. Kind of understated in a way, Peter, would that be fair? He didn't look for the limelight.
From others as well, but him as a person, that's what he came across as, you know, Paul, you know, but from others, but you've found that about certain players like that. That's the sort of characters they have. Maybe that's why they're in that relaxed mode and they look that relaxed. Oh, I'm sure there's many things going on in their mind like everybody else. But they seem to handle it a little bit different. Maybe that's what made him that player, not as tense in the respect on the pitch. He was more of a glider, you know, where some people obviously play with their heart on their sleeve and sometimes it becomes you're lazy if you don't do this. And I think Thomas got that through him a few times, and then all of a sudden he'd produce something and people say, well, you've got to give one and take the other, you know what I mean? So, but there's no doubt he goes down as a Celtic superstar and an incredible team.